Hi everybody, it's Alan here. I'm just going to do a few vinyl finds, keep it short, keep it sweet, and in some cases not so sweet. This is fresh cream, yada yada. It's our first. It's an original stereo on reaction in very nice condition. But, oh my goodness, that's a mediocre record, isn't it? Just, oh my goodness, I can't even be bothered to talk about it. I picked up a few Jeff Rotolo albums. I had to walk into a charity shop and they were just sorting out a bunch of records, a stack of records which had just come in. 3 Jeff Rotolo albums. I picked them all up because they were earlier editions than the ones I had. Stand and Benefit, or Stand Up and Benefit. And also I was quite chuffed to find this. Now it's on the eye rather than the pink eye. Nice, reminds me a lot of Uriah Heep's first album. Now, again, what a mediocre record this is. Now, I've had issues with people before saying just how I feel about Jeff Rotolo. Now, I listened to Benefit and Stand Up again. They may have got some powerful stuff on them. This, the last track on side 1 is just turgid drivel, it's just a blues sort of run through, a little bit of soloing from each person. Oh, it's just junk. It's a really weak album. It's very sort of bluesy based. I can't stand that kind of stuff. Also, side 2 opens with a drum solo. The whole track is just a drum solo. It's like Daughter of Time by Colosseum, where they end the album with like a 12-minute drum solo. Oh, shut up already, does nothing for me. John, a 6-inch pianist, he showed some picture of his son playing big wooden drums in the forest or something. Someone had carved this thing, and he said, something along the lines, I thought my son was going to grow up to be a musician. Turns out he's going to be a drummer. And that just sort of sums up what I feel about drum solos, especially on studio recordings. I find them obnoxious and nauseating on live recordings as well, be it jazz or whatever it may be. Occasionally a drum solo can be really interesting and you may want to listen to it more than once, but oh my goodness. Anyway, in that shop they also had this original unswirl. Now this is a second press, you can tell because it does not say Philips record product under the Vertigo. And it's one of those records which I was quite chuffed to find. There were a few marks on it. And it's one of those, as you play it, loads of crud comes out of the needle onto the stylus, out of the grooves. And both times I've played it, that's happened. It's still crackly. It's one of those that in time we'll probably get completely clear of all of it, but it's still a little bit noisy in places. Not too bad, but it's just a nice find though. I've never actually owned the first swirl. I don't know where I'm going with this. Some of these, I don't know. Okay, I picked up about 212 inches the other day, 30 quid, and in them were a few reggae 12s and 2 or 3 reggae albums. This was one. Now this is, dub paradise. If you're into any kind of dub music, this is what this is. Big showdown, Scientist versus Prince Jammy. It's just dub all the way. Heavy in just the echo and the reverberation and the effect, the entire thing. And each one, you got Scientist and then Prince Jammy, Scientist. They're just taking it in turns. But that is knockout record. And this also was in there, and as soon as I saw this, I thought, this looks interesting. I thought it was probably a reggae album. Groove rocking, a natural mystic. You think, oh, it's going to be another dub classic, a lost treasure. Now, this does go for pretty good money, you know, anything up to £100. But it's actually a lovers rock band, Natural Mystic. And the cover is sort of very misleading for the sort of material it's inside. It's on their Starlight Records. I've never seen that before. It's in pretty good shape actually, only 1 or 2 light marks on it. It's not too bad. Lovely record though, really strong material. You know, the melodies are really sort of sweet but not cloying. They're just lovely sound to it. Overall the production is great. That was a really nice find. You know, just a cover like that, are you expecting something other than Lover? Lover's Rock is not my favourite by any means. You know, that kind of stuff is a bit cheesy for me sometimes, but that is quite exceptional. Now I'll probably just show a couple more here and then do another short video, vinyl finds another day. Now this is one of the best covers I've seen on a classical record. Glazounov's For Seasons Ballet, it was 67. It's not a valuable record at all, but it's just a wonderful cover. You see the seasons. Now it actually starts, interestingly, with winter. Spring, summer, and summer concluded on side 2, which of course wouldn't be happening on CDs, and autumn to finish. I have yet to listen to this. Who knows whether it's a wonderful piece of music or not, but you know, I picked it up because of the cover. I thought just a lovely thing to have on the shelf sometimes to just be looking at. But at the same time, this was that, now that, in comparison to that, is a really ugly looking cover. You know, the classic sort of 60s quality of photography. If you look at any art books from that period, the printing is not very good. It's almost like a still from Civilization, that great Kenneth Clark program. But this actually is quite a valuable record. This is, you know, Decca SXL. Now a lot of SXLs aren't worth a huge amount, but you know, it's got the FFSS here, full frequency stereo sound. And what makes it unusual, this has had a bit of play, but the record's not too bad at all, is, which I've said before in a classical video, the original recording by. The original recording by is edition 1, first press if you like, otherwise it's made in England, and then later you get box deckers, etc, etc. But that was a very nice find. Again, I've yet to play this. It's quite a desirable record though, one of my favourite phrases, which has been picked up by people before. Yeah, nice one. Ugly cover, easy to just flick past it, but every time you see an SXL, double check. Especially this is a very early, I think 62. Great stuff. And just one more. I think I'll save this other stuff for the next video. While we're just showing a bit of classical, I'm going to show this. This is, again, every time I've said it before, you see Dupre, Jacqueline Dupre, Buy It. This is another sought after box set. Anything with her on it has some sort of monetary value if that's the way, if that's what you're into. What was disappointing about this, even though it's an absolute snip, of course, really nice book in this one, is the records are all in mint, which is exactly what you want. It's just a little bit light wear, but the cover that is. But the records themselves are crackly, and oh, why? You know, I've cleaned it, and yet for some reason the records are crackly, which is a bit disappointing to say the least, because you know, this is the sort of thing that it's just fantastic. Piano trios with her then husband Barenboim there. Yeah, wonderful find. Shame about the sound. I didn't play every record, I played 2 or 3, and it's just a shame that they all had that kind of crackle. Disappointing. And just one last one, and this is just for Mazzy. This is a picture of Mazzy starting his day, getting to work in the morning. I'm sure he hasn't made it this far through my video. Very rarely comments on that. But he may do if he sees this. Anyway, yeah, that's a fantastic techno 12-inch. I really should be doing some of these videos and playing some of this stuff. I should be throwing myself into Motorwick 247 StreamYard and cranking this stuff up. But unfortunately, I'm about 1 o'clock in the morning here. Anyway, that's it. I've got some other tasty stuff to show in another video. This was... I'll see you all later.